the understanding of this taking time, I think, is our biggest challenge, because it's two different species learning. I have to teach the human, I have to teach the canine. We want you to come and be open to our great suggestions. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Dog Sense. I'm your host, Kathy Santo, and I'm here with my co-host, Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hey guys, we have another awesome guest with us. Nikki is joining us again, one of the trainers from the school. We are so pumped to have her.
Hi guys. So good to have you back. We love having all the trainers on the podcast. It's awesome.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So topic for today, why dog training class is so important for the owner to attend.
Oh my God. So many feelings about this.
Lots of feelings about this.
All right. So maybe we should start with the explanation of FastTrack.
Right.
Yeah.
So in our school in New Jersey and also in Colorado, we have a program called FastTrack. And dogs come for the day and they play and they socialize and they go on long walks and they train.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of that is so we can fast track the training, which we can do much quicker than the owners can. It's like changing your own oil. How long would it take me to change the oil in my car? A very long time. So I take it to somebody else. So, but we send an audio report, we send notes, but the follow through has to be the owner appears in front of us in real time so we can help them.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't happen. And we understand why. Vacations and illness and life and holidays. But we wanted to share the why of that and also talk about how awesome classes are and what you get from a class that you don't get from FastTrack.
One important thing that we always talk about is when we're fast tracking dogs, we always say that it is building the car and you have to come to class to learn how to drive the car. And classes are always great if you need to throw in a private lesson every so often, but we want to see everyone in class because I think there's also a nice community sense when everybody is together in class. They understand, oh, I'm not the only one with a problem that my dog's not coming when called or they're chewing the molding. So it's important that other people be like, okay, I'm not the only one with this issue. Now I feel like I have some, little feedback from everybody too.
And how about when they go to class and they think their dog is terrible and then they see a dog that's worse and they're like, wow,
perspective.
I feel good about what I have. Awesome.
Definitely.
And I think what's important too for those, when you attend classes, it's about the owner learning how to handle the dog properly. There's only so much feedback we can give them through the FastTrack audios, that kind of thing. Of course, we try to send videos, but there's something so valuable for the owner to be in classes or a private lesson, but in group classes to be able to work through all of the issues, the handling, the communication, to work through it in person with your trainer, your instructor, who's there to help coach you.
Correct. Right. Because we're always about the hand position and where you're feeding, right? And all of this stuff and your timing.
Right.
And we just will assume that it's going well because we don't hear from you. And then we hear it's not going well on the dog because the dog knows you don't know. We have to make you know. So the dog is like, oh, look at how he confidently holds the leash in the proper position versus the incorrect one. He must be like Nikki. So then I know I have to listen to him the same way.
The way I kind of also explain it to students too, I always struggled with math in school. The teacher could do the problem, execute it, and then I would have the test. And I was like, I got this. And then I would look at it. I'm like, this is the same problem. How come I can't do it the way the teacher did it? And so it does come into playing with your mechanics. With one dog, they might learn it differently. And one day the dog might have learned it better with this type of setup. And then when they're actually in class, we need a different type of flow. So that's why we do like having the people in class. So that way we can really work through it in real time, answer questions in real time. They're like, oh, I can do a sit wait. And then we can show you 5 different ways to not only work on the duration, but also the commitment. Because I think a big part of what people see in FastTrack is that, oh, even in the video, the dog was able to come when called off of a cookie pile. I can't even get them to come when called in the yard or in a corridor in my house. So there is that layer of understanding what the threshold is of how much can I push the dog and knowing when to challenge and when to pull back.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to, you don't know what you don't know. So you can't even ask us the questions that you don't know are there. But when we see you, we're like, Oh, okay. The timing is not there. Oh, you gave a cookie when the dog broke the sit and you put them back.
Right.
Like these little things that really matter, that if you knew it, it would push training so much faster for you. And now sometimes people say, I don't want to go to class because I'm embarrassed.
Right.
Right.
A big one is actually that people have either went to other schools, other facilities, you know, regular dog training places, and the instructor may have not known how to deal with a certain type of dog. And then people are like, oh my God, I can't go to class because I'm not ready for class. And we want to see people at any moment, right?
Exactly.
So whether your dog is a little bit barky, if they're a little bit reluctant of being in new places, those are the people that we want to see the most, because you're going to get the most from class.
There's nothing we haven't seen before in classes. I'm knock on wood now. Of course, I'm going to see, you know, a pig in class like Kathy. But what I mean is, like, anything your dog has done, that's where the community comes in. We want you to come to class with your barky dog, because guess what? That's where we're going to work through it. That's where we can teach you and show you, hey, listen, when your dog barks because someone walked in the room, here's how to work through it in real time. And it's not just us verbally giving you the instruction. We're working through the mechanics together. We're acting as kind of your video camera, right? So we tell everyone, video your sessions, watch what you're doing, go back, rewatch your mechanics. In person, in real life, we're able to do that for you to help make sure you're communicating in the most clear way to your dog to get the success that we might see in FastTrack.
It's almost like people don't want us to see the problems. And we're like,
What's the point?
It's like, do you go to the doctor when you're feeling bad? And he goes, how you feel? And you're like, fine.
Yeah.
Anything wrong? Nope. Why are you here? So when you're in class and you're trying to get your dog not to do the things, like, no, we want to see it naked, strip, let's see it, and we'll fix it, because that's why you're there. It's not a dog show. They shouldn't be perfect, right? I want to see all the naked truth under there and then help you fix it.
Another piece of it too is that I find a lot of people learn why their dog is actually good in class and they're also not good at home. Yeah. And a big piece of that is what we talk about during classes and why there's no fluency. And I think a lot of people just get some good information and techniques out of that. Oh, the leash has to be on. So if I say something and they don't do it, I can remind them. I can help reinforce what I asked for. So that way we're not getting, well, they can do it in class. We give them the tools to make it successful at home as well.
And that's so important. I think people, another reason they don't come to class is because they feel like either their dog is too good for that level, right? Oh, my dog is well beyond that. And sometimes they're like, no, I don't want to go to beginner. My dog listens at home. And when we say, no, come to beginner. Right. And if by some act of God, your dog is actually better than we're saying it is, we'll advance the curriculum that day, but then we'll bump you up.
Exactly.
And also people think, well, do I have to come every week? Yeah. You go to the gym every week?
More than once,
right? So the understanding of this taking time, I think, is our biggest challenge, you know, because it's two different species learning. I have to teach the human, I have to teach the canine. And so we want you to come and be open to our great suggestions, and just know that if one thing doesn't work, there's 52 million other things, because we've been around the block a couple times.
And dog training class should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had another instructor at the school come in. She was like, I thought there was something going on because we're having such like ruckus. She was like, what's happening in here? Like, we're like, all right, dogs go in place. The humans are chatting for a little bit. So it becomes fun. And I think other people start to create bonds with the people who come to class. They meet outside out of class too, which I think a lot of people like that connection too. So I think it makes dog training more fun when they do feel like they made some friends out of it.
We have also had students, and they've been friends for years through classes, right? I have groups of students who want to train together, 5 or 6 people. They're really good friends, and it's like booked like a little secret class. Right. And secret classes are cool because you have some people that you're already close to. And it's kind of like doing something like they would normally maybe go to Starbucks or whatever people do socially. I don't know. I train dogs. So this is their social time, getting together and training their dogs. And it's fun.
All right. So we would definitely say, so the goal is for you guys, of course, we want the students to be using the Play Care and FastTrack program, but we still want to see you in group classes once a week if you can. That's probably the goal for everyone, is to try to get there once a week. If things get busy, we understand that, then try to get there every other week if you can.
Right.
Definitely.
As much as you can. Just see us. We want you. And then sometimes we see you and we're like, oh, girl, you are so advanced. You're not coming to this class. Next week, you come to the advanced class. And that's huge, right? but we can't advance you to the advanced class if we don't see that your mechanics are good. Because if the dog is advanced and you're still beginner level, it's hard to fill that gap. We got to bring you both up to the same level.
All right, guys, anything else we want to touch on for the group classes?
Come to class.
They're fun.
Yeah, if you didn't get the message, we want you to come to class.
We also will take requests.
Yeah.
Right?
I just had someone this morning. She goes, I didn't really want to come to class because I really just need work on recalls. And obviously we talked about all the reasons why dogs don't come when called. And we kind of tweaked their relationship a little bit to make the dog want to come when called. But we always are open to, we have a set curriculum. We have trouble staying to the curriculum. We try to follow it. But if you ever were like,
I know.
We're working on sit, place, and down. You're like, I need to work on recalls. Just bring it up to the instructor. Because we always like to diverge from the plan. So
I got a text from Steph, I think yesterday, and somebody in tomorrow's Saturday class, 10 o'clock, they want to work on healing. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to do healing.
Yep. All right, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, we'd love you to like, rate, subscribe, tell a friend, share this episode with people who need to hear it. Our mission with this podcast is to continue to create an awesome community of dog lovers and learners. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.